So I decided to take a look back at what I think were the top 10 stories I covered from 2022. Number 10, the 10-year-old boy who killed his mom, shot her in the eye because she wouldn't let him get a virtual reality game off Amazon. This one showed where kids' heads are at in some of these cities. This happened in Milwaukee, by the way. This one told the story of a father whose son was getting arrested for stealing and carjacking, and he asked the police to keep him in jail because he wanted his son to get some sort of punishment that never seemed to come. He was threatened with arrest if he didn't come pick up his son. And it made me wonder if we were actually creating criminals by not punishing them anymore. In this one, a woman legally carrying a gun in Charleston, West Virginia, shot and killed a man who opened fire on a group of people having a party, stopping a mass shooting. If only there were more stories like this one. This was the story of Ethan Leming, who was beaten to death at the I Promise School of LeBron James by a group of black boys, and it wasn't called a hate crime. In this one, a pregnant lady from Jacksonville, Florida, drove 900 miles to Little Ferry, New Jersey to kill her little sister. I couldn't find the actual YouTube image of it, but this is the lady. Number 5. This one happened in Kokomo, Indiana. This guy broke into an apartment with a gun and wearing a mask and was subdued by the men inside. This one was called the 4-block bullet. A 55-year-old woman was shot by a stray bullet fired by a security guard 4 blocks away while she was crossing the street to go to the bank. This one really made me realize just how dangerous strays are and how bad of a shooter most of these guys are that are firing these guns. A bullet will fly for over a mile or until it hits something. Number 3, you don't come across beheadings every day, but this guy in Philly killed and beheaded his girlfriend and was actually caught in the act by the police. Number 2, okay, this one was just gross. The manager at Arby's in Vancouver, Washington was caught on video peeing into the shake mix. And my number 1 favorite of the year was the Texas man who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for having sex with a horse on multiple occasions. Guys barely get 10 years for murder these days, but don't mess with a man's horse in Texas. Well, those are 10 of my favorites, stories that I covered last year. If I missed something that you liked, let me know. Support this channel and pick yourself up some original crime-related apparel. Look for the link in the description.